Welcome to It's Rafiq. In today's video I am going to explain you chapter 2 class 9 computer science. The chapter name is operating system and its importance. So when we talk about operating system, only one thing comes in our mind, that is Windows operating system. Some computer may use Windows 7, some may Windows 8, and some computer may be on Windows 10, and still some computer are using in Windows XP. So the first version of the Windows was MS-DOS. After that it comes 1, 2, 3, then 95, 98, NT, 2000, Millennium, XP, Vista, 7, 8, 10, and I think now 11 testing is going on. So the man behind this Windows operating system is Bill Gates. He was developed the Windows operating system. Actually it was first written by someone else. He bought the software package and he modified it and relaunched it as an Windows operating system. So the full name of Bill Gates was William Henry Gates III, and he was born in 28 October 1955. In this chapter you will learn about what is an operating system, its function, its type, and some commonly used operating system and operating system directory structures. So why to learn operating system? Why we should learn that about operating system? In computer system, hardware can only understand machine code. I think you already know a computer system understands machine language, which is 0 and 1 means off and on. And computer hardware or computer system has several switches inside CPU, and these switches are actually always in on or off state, and these are called as signals. And so if we want to give any command to our computer system, we have to give in term of 0 and 1s or in machine language. So we need a system which can act as intermediary and manage all the process and resources present in a system. Suppose you went to China and you don't know Chinese language, and how will you talk with Chinese people? So you will need one intermediate, so that you will need one person who knows both English and Chinese. So you will express your feelings in English, and that person will translate it to Chinese and speak in front of that Chinese people. Nowadays it can do by Google Translate also, some other application also there, but earlier you used to carry one intermediate to talk with both of them. Same way in computer system also we need an software system or system software which can understand our language and computer language. An operating system is a program which acts as interface between user and the hardware. For example, all computer resources and controls all components of the computer system. It is the main goal to make the computer system convenient to use. An operating system is a software which perform all the basic tasks like file management, memory management, process management, and handling input output, controlling peripheral devices, etc. And some popular operating system are Windows operating system, Mac operating system, iOS, Android, etc. So here you can see at the bottom the computer system is there, computer hardware, which is CPU, monitor, mouse, whatever, and inside the CPU, inside the memory, we'll have the operating system. We'll install the operating system inside the computer hardware, and inside the operating system we can install application programs, and this application program can be used by the users. One computer may have one or more users. Suppose we have 4 users. Each 4 user can use the application program in the computer system. So this way the computer system is very important in our day-to-day life. So why we need an operating system? Here are some points. First point, operating system as a platform for application program. So operating system provide a platform on the top which other program called application program can run. So first we need an operating system. Inside the operating system we can install any other apps or applications. For example, your mobile phone, most of the mobile phone have Android operating system. We need the Android. Inside the Android, from Play Store we can install another applications. Directly in our mobile phone we cannot install the applications. First we have to install the operating system, which is already installed in our mobile. Inside the operating system we can download the other applications. This applications program help the user to perform specific tasks easily. It is designed in such manner that it operate, control, execute various applications on the computer. Then booting. Booting is the process of starting or restarting our computer. Booting is basically process of starting the computer. To start our computer, some process have to be followed, and that process are known as booting. When the CPU is first switch on, it has nothing inside the memory. So it start the computer when we load the operating system into the main memory. Means when we start the computer, the operating system is copied to the main memory, means RAM. Therefore, loading the operating system to the main memory to start the computer is booting. Hence, the operating system help to start the computer when the power is switched on. And when again we switch off the computer, whatever files are there in main memory or in RAM, it will be automatically erased. Next time again we will on the computer, again it will load it to the main memory from the hard disk. And consist user interface. So mainly in Windows operating system you will see some user interface, means you will see some buttons and icons. Through that buttons and icon easily you can use the computer. Operating system provide an user easy to walk user interface. So the user does not have to learn different user interface every time and can focus on the content and productive as quickly as possible. Now suppose you have an Samsung mobile phone and your friend have one Oppo mobile phone. So you want to use your friend mobile. So both operating system are similar, Android. So you don't need to learn again your friend's mobile how to use that. Directly you can use, because you already have the buttons and all. You no need to write any command and all. So this interface is given by the operating system. Managing the input and output devices. The operating system operate the different input output devices. The operating system which program process can use which device. Moreover, it is decided that time for the uses. In addition to this, it control the allocation of deallocation of devices. Suppose you have multiple keyboard or multiple mouse, which mouse should be used at a particular time. These things will be decided by the operating system. Even you may have a camera and all, so when the camera should be used, when it should not be used, everything will be decided by the operating system. Then multitasking. Operating system manages the memory and allow multiple programs to run on their own space and even communicate with each other through shared memory. So for example, in your mobile only, you can do chatting in WhatsApp and you can play game simultaneously. So both 2-3 things you can do simultaneously. This is known as multitasking. Nowadays almost all the operating system have this facility. You can do more than one work at a time. So for that, the operating system have to be allocate or deallocate memory space to the applications, and sometimes even the application can communicate with each other. It means what WhatsApp can communicate with your contact list, and your contact list can communicate with something other application. So this is known as communication between the applications. Platform for the other application software. User required to the different application program to perform specific tasks on the system. The operating system manage the control this application so that they can work efficiently. In other words, it acts an interface between the user and the computer. The operating system works as an interface between the user and the applications. Some uses of operating system are manages. Here are some uses of operating system. Why we should use operating system. Manages the memory, manages the system files, provides security. Now manages the memory. It help in managing the main memory of the computer. Moreover, it allocates and deallocates the memory to the application and tasks. Manage the system files. It helps to manage the files on the system. As we know, all data on the system is in form of files. So it makes an interface with the files. It make an interaction with the files easy. Provide security. It keeps system applications safe through authorization. Does the operating system provide to the system? Means when we are installing some applications, we have to give some permissions or we have to give some authorizations, then only the application can use our computer hardwares like keyboard, mouse and all. So these things is managed by the operating system. The operating system look over these security purposes. Function of an operating system. These are the main function of an operating system. The first function is processor management. Now processor management, the operating system is decided which job should use the processor for and for how long. It allocate the processor to a process and deallocate the processor when the processor is no longer required. Suppose in computer system their process are known as suppose the process P1 one process and one process is P2 and one more process we have P3. We have three processes and the three processes cannot work simultaneously. It can work one by one. Suppose I have given order the P1 have highest the P1 has the highest authority, so the P1 will process fast, and suppose for some reason P1 required some other file, so P1 should be wait for some time. At that time P2 the process 2 can work. Again when P1 is ready with its files and all, again P1 will complete its process and it will again go to P2. After P2 completed its work, then P3 process 3 will start working. So this way the CPU decided which process should be allocate memory and which process should be deallocates. Memory management. An operating system keep track of primary memory, that is what part of are its used by whom and what part are not used. Mostly you are using mobile phone, so we can give example from your mobile only. In your mobile, in case some applications are always opened, suppose for example WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, they are always run in background, so they are always inside your mobile's main memory. They never closed. They are always running in background of your main memory. But some applications, suppose video editor or some games, when you close the games, it automatically remove from the memory. So again when next time you will open the game, it will again start from the beginning, means from the logo it will start. So it will take little bit more time. But when you are opening WhatsApp, because it's already running on your main memory, so it opened quickly. Even in some mobile phones which have more RAM than it's required, there you can minimize the games like PUBG and all. You can minimize the game, you can work on other application. Again you can maximize the game, or you can again continue with your game. But the mobile phone which have less main memory or RAM, there if you minimize a game, again you want to open it game after 10 seconds or 15 seconds, it will automatically close, again it will again restart from beginning. This is because of memory management. Your mobile doesn't have enough memory to keep the game in its primary memory. When you are opening another application, it automatically remove from your memory, means your memory space for that game is deallocated and that space is allocated for the new applications. So this allocation and deallocation is decided by the operating system. Then device management. An operating system manages the device communication via their respective drives. It keeps track of all the devices and decide which process gets the device when and for how much time. It allocate and deallocate the device in efficient way. Information management. A computer system work with information. It store information, process information and provide the information, etc. Thus, managing this information is also an important task performed by the operating system. Then file management. An operating system manages the files, folders and directory of the computer system, means whatever your files are there, everything is managed by the operating system. In your operating system you may have drives like local disk C, D, E. Inside the drives again you may have folders. Inside folders again subfolders. Inside subfolders you may have other files. So this everything is keep record by the operating system. Now types of operating system, there are different type of operating system. So here are some types are explained. So first one is here batch processing operating system. This type of operating system does not interact with the computer directly. There is an operating system operator which takes similar job having the same requirement and group them in batches. It is the responsibility of the operator to sort the job with similar need. Example, payroll system, bank statement, etc. So there we not require the all the tasks for the operating system. We need only some part. For that we need batch operating system. Then distributed operating system. This type of operating system is designed to share its workload over the multiple servers. Means you will have only one CPU. Inside the CPU you will install the computer, and from there you can use the operating system to the other computers. It shares the data resources among the multiple servers to get maximum efficiency. For example, Linux, Unix, etc. This comes under distributed operating system. Then real-time OS, mainly it's used in industries. In real-time operating system, job have fixed deadlines and the job have to be done complete within their deadlines. The system of performance is measured by its ability to complete its job within the specific deadline. For example, Linux OS, Windows, CE, etc. These are the example of real-time operating system. Interactive OS, interactive operating system are computer system that is characterized by significant amount of interaction between human and computer. Most users have grown up with multiple using Macintosh, Windows computer system, which are primary example of graphical interactive system, games, simulator and interactive systems. Time sharing. A time sharing operating system allows many users to share the computer resources simultaneously. In other words, time sharing refers to an allocation of computer resources in time slot to several programs simultaneously. The time allowed is extremely small and the user are given impression that they each have their own CPU and they are the sole owner of the CPU. These are mainly for the shared servers. Mainly some websites have, when you are opening some websites, it's showing that sometimes it does not open, or sometimes it's showing it's not responding. This because of this one, because they are allowing only some limited users at a particular time. When the number of users is more, then at that time the new users are not allowed to that websites. So this is because of time sharing OS. Network OS, the system run on a server and provide capability to manage the data, user group, security, applications, other working functions. This type of operating system allows shared access to the files, printers, security applications and other networking function over a small private network. For example, Unix, Linux, Mac operating system, etc. Some common operating system are explained here. Windows operating system, it was developed by Bill Gates in mid of 1980s. There are many different versions of Windows and the latest version is now Windows 11. Unix, it was originally developed in 1969. A group of AT&T employee Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie, and Dennis Ritchie, you know, this is we can also say him as a father of programming because he developed C languages. And Linux, it is the most popular operating system amongst the industries and for office works. Mac operating system, mainly used in Apple computers. iOS, used in iPhones. Android operating system, at present maximum mobile phone are using Android operating system in system only, and nowadays and at present Android OS is managed by Google Inc. Bose Bharat operating system solution. Bose is an operating system developed by Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Chennai, in order for enhancing the gain benefit from the user free open source software throughout the India. Now different bits of operating system. You may who are much know about computer system, you will know that there are two bits here mainly, 32-bit and 64-bit. What exactly this one? You will get 32-bit memory system can access the files 2 power 32 memory addresses. For example, 4 GB of RAM or physical memory ideally, and it can access more than 4 GB RAM also. A 64-bit can access 2 power 64 memory addresses. It actually 18 quintillion bytes of RAM. Means normally when you have 32-bit OS, it can have 4 GB RAM is sufficient for it. If you have more than 4 GB RAM, then it will not use that much. It can use only that 4 GB only. But if you have an 64-bit OS, then your processor can use more than 4 GB of RAM. OS directory structure. A directory is a container that is used to contain folder and files. It organizes the files and folder into an hierarchical manner. There are several logical structures of the memory. Like for example, this is the operating system, and this is the hard disk. Inside the hard disk we will have some folders, and inside the folders we will have the files. A file system contains thousands of millions of files owned by several users. So in a computer you may have multiple users. Each user may have some different folders, and in each folder may have different files. To get a benefit of different file system of the different operating system, a hard disk can be divided into multiple partitions or different sizes. The partitions are also called volumes or mini disks. Mainly we can say local disks. In your computer system, you may have 1 terabyte of files, or 1 terabyte of hard disks, or 500 GB of hard disks. And at 500 GB we can divide it in some smaller parts like 200 GB or 100 GB and all. And each folders or each part we can use for to storing the different kind of files. Each partition must have at least one directory in which all the files and partition can be listed. And directory entry is maintained for each file in directory which store all the information related to the file. The two important features that must be taken while maintaining the directory are given below. A user have freedom to giving desired name to the file without taking into consideration that same file names are used by the user on the system. A user must able to share the files he creates, and he must also able to access the files created by other user. So while using the directory name, it cannot be same, it can be different. Suppose one directory name is D1, the next one can be D2, D3 and so on, and file name also file 1, file 2 and so on. You cannot keep a same name for two different files, and your file can be accessed by different users, and even you can access the file of other users if the access is provided. A directory always has information about the group of related files. Whenever a user or a process requests for a file, the file system searches for the files entry in the directory, and when the match is found, it obtains the file's location from there. There are various type of information are stored in directory: name, type, location, size, position, protection, uses, etc. This information, name, this is the name of the directory. Type means what kind of file stored in this directory, and location, where it is actually stored. Size, the size of the directory. Position means the position of the next read pointer and the next write pointer. Protection means access to read, write and delete or execute. Uses means the time of creation, modification and access, etc. So we have already learned about the operating system. We'll discuss the question answers in next video. See you in next video. Till then, take care and bye.